Shalom, welcome back to the Grim Truth. This has been a day. Title of this video is going to be Escape Plan. So let's talk about that because I have a very good reason for talking about it for the last 2 days of what I've been through. And I'll get into that in a minute. But do you have an escape plan? And I've touched on this subject before on this channel. It's been a while, but we're going to go back to it because it's necessary. It really is one of those things that you should have. Do you know multiple ways in and out of your house? Multiple paths to get away from whatever town, city, wherever you live. And do you include in those plans ways to get out on foot? And I have a very good reason for asking that very question. So let's get into that reason real quick. Probably not quick, but we're going to get into that reason anyway. Let's start with yesterday. Yesterday, I didn't make a video because of all the things that were happening on the road in front of me. It was insane. I was coming from, where was I at the time? I can't even remember. I believe I was coming into Indianapolis from I-70, heading eastbound on I-70, heading toward the 465, which is the loop that goes around the city of Indianapolis. Interstate 465, it is called. And there were accidents on one side, road constructions on the other side, because it's a big loop, so I could technically have gone either way, which is what ended up happening. I went the wrong way. And the whole road was blocked, just completely shut down. I ended up the left side which got on 465 from that direction. 465 goes north and south. Northbound was not happening, and northbound is the direction I needed to go. Was not happening. It was completely blocked. So I went south. I went down a couple exits. I got off on a road I know, and I went down to another road I know, and I ended up on what is called Ameriplex Parkway, which turns into Ronald Reagan Boulevard, and I drove that very far north to where I needed to go through heavy traffic. Yeah, I was going to be home, estimated going to be home around 4 to 4:30 p.m. I got home around 6 p.m. Now that wasn't the only thing that happened. After I got to my vehicle and started driving my way home, I came across a closed road. It wasn't marked on the map or anything. It's just closed. No explanation as to why, no news articles about it, no reason whatsoever. There's barricades blocking it, road closed, that's that. Okay, so I detoured around that closed road. Awesome. That took an extra 5 to 10 minutes. I went literally around it, got back on the same road, past the area that's blocked off, got back on the same road, and started driving toward home again on that road, and I came across a roundabout. Just past the roundabout, there were police and utility vehicles. Police were blocking the entire road, and the utility vehicles, I'm not sure what they were doing, but they were doing something, and that was blocked as well. I had to detour around that again. Took an extra 15 minutes that time because of where I was and how I had to go. Now let's get into today. Today, by the grace of Father Yah, I was able to get through the chaos that was today. I was today coming down Interstate 69 southbound, headed toward 465, Indianapolis's loop. Again, this is today. This is very recently. It is currently 4:02 p.m. I was going to get off of work at 3. I ended up getting off at like 3:50. Okay. So I was coming that way, 69 south to 465. Now, 465 in this direction goes either west or south because it's a loop. Okay, so we're on a corner. 465 south, and there's a lot of road construction right there. Let's just get that straight. There's always congestion right there, but not as much as there has been the last couple of days. But 465 south, the ramp to get there was closed. Why was the ramp closed? An accident. An accident, of course, had blocked the entire road. I got a glimpse of it as I drove past. It involved a semi-truck pulling a dump trailer, very similar to the one I pull from time to time. Completely blocked. Fortunately for me, I was able to go west. And like I said, by the grace of Father Yah, something told me, I believe it was him, or it may have been the set-apart spirit, the Ruach HaKodesh, the Holy Spirit, if you will, told me to get into the farthest left lane I could get into, and I did. I had a semi-truck all the way to the left, but it didn't really matter because we were moving about, 15 miles an hour, but the 3 lanes to my right weren't moving. I went past quite literally hundreds of vehicles that were just sitting completely still. So that was a blessing. And yeah, I have been saying thank you for that ever since. You stay, I go. Yes, that's how that works. 4-way stops and all. So that was yesterday and today. And it occurred to me as I'm driving a semi-truck going through these roundabouts, or traffic circles, as I think Google Maps calls them, whatever you want to call them. They're annoying and they're stupid and they cause problems, but that's beside the point. The point is, it occurred to me while I'm driving a semi-truck around one of these that if I ever wanted to hijack a semi-truck, that's exactly where I would do it. It'd be so easy to block off a roundabout or a traffic circle, and it'd be so easy. All you have to do is stop one vehicle in the middle of the road, and a semi-truck can't go over the curb or the median and get around it. They're stuck. Period. End of story. So just saying, if I ever wanted to, I don't, but if I ever did, and I won't, but still. The point being is, it's totally possible in those particular scenarios and situations and locations. That being said, in the event of martial law, civil unrest, government enslavement, whatever, in the event of SHTF on a sudden, like it happened today, we're there. SHTF, that's not likely, but if you want my opinion on that, just say so. I'll make another video on it. But in that scenario, these traffic circles will become choke points. They will probably become checkpoints. Papers, please. Yeah, that kind of checkpoint. Yeah, I don't have a good accent. I can't do voices that well. But yeah, that's my estimate, my guess, my expectation of those particular locations. 4-way stops through towns can also become the same thing. I'm talking about, stoplights, 4-way stops with stop signs, stoplights. You can block those off pretty easily through towns where there's buildings on either side. But I come through a lot of those where there's a cornfield on my left, a cornfield on my right, and a cornfield everywhere I look. And I'm in a pickup truck with 4-wheel drive I fixed that. Either way, even in a crossover vehicle, I could get up over that median and go through that cornfield. I could. So it's not a viable checkpoint. But through towns, through cities, any of these roundabouts or 4-way stops can and will be used against you. They will be checkpoints. They will be choke points. They will be kill boxes, if you will. Yeah. Civil unrest. Let's just go into that for a minute. Complete no law left. Without rule of law. Yeah. If you go into that scenario and think about these roundabouts and these four-way stops through these areas. What do you think's going to happen there? They're not going to ask you for your papers. They're going to take everything you have. So, escape plan. And people in hurricane-prone areas will know about escape plans. They will know that when any kind of thing is coming, any hurricane is coming, any kind of natural disaster, whatever, all four lanes, both sides of the interstate, whether it be 4, 6, 8, whatever, all sides of the interstates are heading in the same direction. Even the ones that go that way, they're going that way too. All of them. This happens all the time. I've seen it. It's interesting to watch. But escape plans. There is so much traffic through any kind of town, city, any kind of populated area, that in the event of any kind of disaster, civil unrest, SHTF, whatever, roads are going to be blocked. They're going to be blocked, and they're going to be blocked quickly. As soon as the general masses, the population around this area, finds out that something is going on and we got to get out, well, the roads will be full. Completely full, impassable, non-moving, and completely impassable. You'll have vehicles doing stupid stuff, trying to go off-road around the traffic, but following the road, they'll block the road. Alright, that's enough of this video because I'm getting a phone call. So, I'll touch more on this subject at a later time. Shalom. See you next time.